Hey folks, it's Rob. Welcome back. We're continuing our trip from the Delta Quadrant or the Gamma Quadrant. I forget which quadrant we actually ended up in. You get a little mixed up because, I'm pretty sure the Delta Quadrant was Deep Space Nine, and this is the Gamma Quadrant, which is on the opposite lower end from the Alpha Quadrant, which is where Starfleet is nominally based. So it's like completely the other side of the galaxy. But yeah, Delta Quadrant. No, we're in the Delta. This is the Gamma here. What am I thinking of? I don't know. We're in Sector 10. Look at us, getting near the core of the galaxy. Woo. So we're to investigate the USS Equinox. The Equinox is not in this system. It is over in this system, 7 cycles away. And we're doing stuff, right? We got research going. What am I researching currently? Am I researching? Let's have a look. This will tell me automatically. Yes, we're working on combat tier 4. So, that'll come up and I can actually start researching an actual tech. We're pretty full up on resources. Maybe a thing to do would be to upgrade the warp core. Because if we upgrade the warp core, that'll be the last tier of its upgrade. And while I may not want to run the power plant, the warp core, full on, it does come in handy for certain checks, which we've already experienced one of, because I upgraded to our current level needlessly. We're able to go all the way to tier 5 right now. We only have one more tier left to unlock. We're operating at tier 4, which, it's a fair bit of the output. So you can see we generate 320, we're using 306. So I can't cut down. Actually, I can't make this upgrade yet. I don't have I'm just shy of the titanium I would need. Okay, guess we're not doing that. I can build a very large cargo bay, which I was thinking of doing. Oh, I gotta turn these on if I want to do that. See, the large cargo bay needs 2 decks. And each of these is 3 power. So, while I wasn't using this deck, I had it offline. Now, if I want to build this large cargo bay, as you can see, that's the entirety of this 2 subfloors here. But I'm thinking that will be my deuterium tank. And then all the little storages I'm using over here, I'll just use the ones I'm using for deuterium, I will turn over to other resources. And, I'm not doing anything else right now. Okay, 13 cycles. I burnt some of my duranium. And, yeah, that'll do. We can pick up more duranium readily enough. It's right here. Deploy specialized mining probes. Oh, and there's titanium to be had. Or I can launch a torpedo to shatter the surface of this icy planetoid for resource exposure. Don't get paid in exposure, kids. It's not worth it. Can't buy hot dogs with exposure. Okay. Good to get some resources in. I don't need the deuterium right now. This is a trade site. This is a trade site. I think we'll hit this titanium and then maybe leave. Or should I just leave? Go to another system in the sector. There's a side quest over here which we probably should pick up while we don't have all our crew futzed. Speaking of which, I should have a look at the crew. So, there's the doctor. He's still here. I'm guessing he still does everything he's supposed to do. We kind of didn't finish the side quest in the last sector, so because I couldn't. 7 and 9 wasn't available to advance it, and the only way to get 7 and 9 back was to finish the main quest. Finish the main quest, suddenly we're out of the sector, right? And so we couldn't finish the side quest anymore. And 9 of 9 was kind of glitching in to allow us to start it, but didn't actually allow us to carry on. As you can see, we don't have half Klingon B'Elanna anymore. We actually have Klingon B'Elanna and human B'Elanna. Human B'Elanna's been on a lot of away missions, so she's kind of skilled up. Meanwhile, Klingon B'Elanna has been sitting around my ship doing her thing. And she is useful. I really should send some of the other people to do some things sometimes. Catherine Janeway never goes anywhere. She's always on the ship, but, she has these skills and is level 8 currently. The Doctor, I've only sent on like one mission so far, I think. But he is my best medic. But it's only 69 because he's only level 4. 7 and 9, good on science, especially now that we've gotten some levels into her. Seska, we forgave, and she's serving on board. She mans the transporter room, being very Miles O'Brien-y on board. And yeah, let's hit the side quest first. There's no time on the Equinox. I don't need to kick that off right away. Neutronic storm. Oh, we've had one of these before. And the intense radiation within these storms pose a direct threat to the crew, causing injuries. Additionally, storm's effects are depleting our food reserves every cycle spent inside, so it's additional food and crew can be hurt. Do a quick scan so we know what's around. Okay. There's crew here. Forgotten colony. Apparently former Borg colony. I don't know how the Borg forgets about a colony, but more like has excised a colony, possibly. But Dragon's Teeth. Oh. That's an episode. That's a big fake-out episode, actually. No! No. That's a different one. No, this one's got the space Nazis who put themselves into cold storage. They had maps of transwarp tunnel systems. Alright, that's level 4 there. Let's get our hull reinforcement. No, wait a minute. I should review, because maybe there's other things I'd rather do. The Hirogen hunting laser increases my shield penetration, which is actually pretty nice. The phasers are an important part of how we fight. Regenerative shielding 2 increases my shield recharge rate. It's also a very nice thing. I've used some torpedoes recently, and improving the torpedo bay would be good, but it's not as big a priority as these other options. Advanced salvage protocols gets me better rewards after combat. I do think actually we'll go offense here. We'll take the Hirogen hunting laser. Speaking of combat, here's our combat screen for this currently. Average enemy power is expected to be at 185. We're staying at 210, so we're fine. I'm going to continue to work with, improving our combat abilities. Right now, it's fine. We get there. Yeah, okay. And we have 7 people sick. We have plenty of sick bay space for that. Alright, let's go meet the space Nazis. Captain, I'm reading a large amount of titanium from this Class K planet. Helm, take us closer. Captain, radiation levels are 3,000 isorems and climbing. echoes of extinction. As Voyager descends, the view beyond their hull is not of a planet, but a tomb. Below, the skeletal remains of a vast city stretch. The very air is a shroud, thick with a choking cloud of radiation that swallows all light and hope, ensuring nothing else can be seen, only felt. What happened here? It appears we are in the middle of some kind of nuclear winter. That's not the worst of it, Captain. I'm picking up faint life signs from within the city. So, I can just leave. Not a lot of point in coming here if I'm just going to leave. Or I'm going to investigate further. We can't risk taking Voyager down in this storm, but we need to get those life signs out safely. Well, that's not exactly what I was indicating. So, can't send B'Elanna, can't send Tuvok, because Tuvix won't do anything Tuvok would do, and human B'Elanna and Klingon B'Elanna won't do anything half Klingon B'Elanna would do. Yeah. Despite those also, these are both fundamentally the same person, but changed. And they won't, just can't be used. Out to 7-7. So, once again, 7 and 9's unavailable. This is why we do the side quest without doing the main quest. 7, I want us full sweep of that city. Be careful. So, that's going to take 5 cycles. Probably shouldn't. I think we're not technically in the storm here. I accidentally right-clicked. Sorry. Because you right-click to just kind of pivot and move like this. And if you do it over the thing, see, like nothing new to reveal. That's 2 cycles away. I don't really need more crew right now. I mean, I will need crew for expansion into the new decks. Because everything new takes stuff, right? And part of that is crew and power and all that kind of fun stuff. Could swing and get the food. Yeah. I mean, we could store more. I mean, I don't need very much here, but at the same time, just standing still feels like a waste. Forgotten Colony. Well, let's go visit them. 2 cycles over. So I imagine we'll have to go back, right? Okay, that's a large cargo bay built. So, okay, on deuterium. And over here, let's see, this one, yeah, it's currently deuterium. I'm going to switch it to tritanium. And this one's on deuterium, so I'm going to switch this one to food. That one does food currently. That one does tritanium currently. And that one does duranium currently. Okay, I think that's all we have. Nope. And that one does uranium, yeah. I think that's everything. Yeah, these 2 do uranium. Okay. So, that'll allow us to store a little more tritanium and food, while at the same time being able to store more fuel than we were. And can I upgrade this eventually? Yeah, tech. Okay. But the tech would increase capacity significantly. Would also increase power consumption. And this needs 5 crew to operate. Okay. So I can send a away team to meet the X-Borg, offer supplies, invite them to join Voyager's crew, maintain a safe distance to study their unique society and adaptation. No direct contact. That gets me for some science. I like science. I don't need the crew right now, really. There we go. 50 science. I don't feel like I've completely wasted my time. 2 cycles to get to here. Yeah, we'll do that. Then we'll head back over, probably. Yep, just send them down. Borg-affected wildlife. Get those Borg flank stakes. The uranium, I can store a bit. Really, the titanium is what I've expanded there, and the food. Yeah, okay, we'll do 3 cycles to get back. And then, yeah, return to the planet. Okay, let's go ahead. More than meets the eye. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ask your parents, kids. Cave system is thick with radiation. As the crew enters, thousands of stasis pods are embedded in the walls. Most are coated in dust, some are shattered with exposed wiring and broken glass, a few still glow faintly, their systems barely clinging to life. Captain, these walls are rich with titanium, likely shielding hundreds, possibly thousands of stasis pods. They appear to have been sealed for nearly 900 years, protected from residual radiation. Do you intend to activate them? No. Frankly, no. I like focusing on mining the titanium without, actually destroying the pods. Not a monster, despite being Janeway. 7 and 9's yet again unavailable. Interfering would violate the Prime Directive. See, there you go. Extract the titanium, but take extreme care not to disturb the site. So, 5 cycles to do that. Guess we'll go here and come back. There's dilithium to be had. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, 10 science. Got 8 dilithium, and we filled up the duranium. We'll head back. By the time we're back, we should be ready to roll. Okay, and the hunting laser's ready. Good stuff. I think hull reinforcement is next. Yeah, let's do this. Titanium extraction successful, Captain. We adhere to minimal removal protocols. Stasis pods retain their radiation shielding. Still, the viability of their occupants is now indeterminate. Titanium 50. It's not our place to play God with their lives. All we can do is hope their original caretakers had a contingency plan in place. Helm, return to our old course. Yep, let's get out of here. Don't need to let loose the space Nazis on the galaxy. I'm good. Right. Let's... Yeah, okay, we'll follow the main quest. We'll, have to deal with this. World Eater. A shiver runs along the spines of everyone on the bridge. Voyager has just entered a new system, and the sight before them is hauntingly beautiful, inspiring both respect and fear. Spatial anomaly 521. According to Starfleet database, it's known as a graviton ellipse. A graviton ellipse? That rings a bell. One of these engulfed John Kelly, an Earth astronaut during the early Mars missions, Ares 4. Oh, we'll observe that. Let's observe the anomaly. An opportunity like this comes once in 5 lifetimes. Well, depending on the lifetime. Captain, is it just me, or is that thing getting bigger? Sensors indicate the ellipse is now heading straight for Voyager. Time to impact? Imminent, Captain. Well, we can reverse thrusters. I can consult with 7, or I can consult with Harry. Hey, Harry. Why is it following us, Super Harry? 95% chance. Why is it following us, Ensign? It's being drawn by our power emission and our shields. Cut power and reverse shield polarity. The ellipse has adjusted its course and is moving away from Voyager. We're bringing main power back online. Captain, this could be our chance. Maybe it's the same ellipse that engulfed Ares 4. I always wanted to go down in history, but I never had John Kelly's approach in mind, Commander. We were, as humans put it, lucky. Maybe we shouldn't push our luck. Well, we can use the astrometric scanners. Chakotay is not here because Chakotay decided that, how dare I not make an alliance with the Kazon. Yeah. And I don't have whatever water targeting technology is, so we'll use the astrometric scanners for the 80% shot. Extrapolate its trajectory over the last 300 years. This is almost certainly the same anomaly that engulfed your Mars astronaut, John Kelly. Irrelevant. Scans indicate it passed through Sector 001 approximately 300 years ago. This is the closest we've come to Earth in a long time, Captain. Yeah, let's be insane and send an away team inside the thing that's been stealing lives for hundreds of years. Why not? Prepare a shuttle. Sure. I'll have to make adjustments to the shuttle's shields beforehand. Work your magic. Away team standby. So we're going to craft shuttle shield adjustments in the workshop. Apparently we're now on a side quest while we're here. And that means, once again, we're not touching this with a 10-foot pole. Oh, there's the ellipse right there. Cool. Boom, to the workshop. Alright, won't take too long. It is going to use some of my tritanium, but, you know, we just stocked up. What to do, what to do. We have our shuttles. Yep, okay. I leave this offline just because it's all it is trade offers, and I never find them very compelling. My work crew work on that, actually. Right, we'll need a few turns to work that up. See what's in the system. There's an asteroid field over here. That's always annoying to work through. So I'm not a fan of having to deal with the repairs to my hull. Okay, there we go. We can now see everything that's available to us. I mean, we can fuel up. Yeah. That strikes me as... Oh, it's a Borg sphere. Okay, let's go. We're being ambushed. Okay, battle stations. Reinforced Borg probe and a Borg probe. Oh, this is the hardest fight we've actually had. Cool. Let's go.
What are your orders, Captain?
So, I think we'll start with, you know, I've never done anything with this. We have plenty of basically all the power has been allocated, right? There's nothing for me to do. I have plenty of surplus power. My Talaxian buddy is just gonna annoy them. Alright. Attack. Yeah, that's fairly tough, isn't it? Let's go for the shield generator.
To attack the port side, Captain.
Probably gonna need to use some torpedoes.
Ability ready, Captain.
Way.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
We have that new shield penetrating phaser capability.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Fire a torpedo, please.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
This is a tough one, isn't
Ability
it?
ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability
But we're
ready,
holding
Captain.
up.
An enemy is surrendered, Captain.
Oh, surrendered Borg. Okay. Let's see, now the non-reinforced one. Let's do
Moving
the
to
same
attack
thing.
The port side, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
And they just gave up or whatever. Okay, I got me some deuterium, some duranium, some morale. And, yeah, all the deuterium we were going to get by coming here. Okay, cool. Minor damage to the hull, but the hull repair team will get that. Right. Clean up a bit of titanium. Could put a work crew into doing some kind of upgrade to... No, I don't have a spare work crew. That's right. Next cycle I'll have a spare work crew. Guess I'm just gonna kind of kill some time moving around. Yeah, we'll go here to the Class H plant. I don't need to actually go ahead with the mining. There we go. That's that room clear. And that's about half of deck 8 clear. We are all but 1 point of energy at my current tier, so I don't want to increase the tier of warp core output just because it means even more deuterium being burnt every round. But if the situation calls for it, we'll definitely step up. But right now, I don't really see much call for it. I could upgrade the biolaboratory. This will also increase its consumption of resources and energy and crew. If I upgrade an emergency quarter... No, that one's not upgradable. I need the regular crew quarters. Don't have the tech. Yeah, this will allow us to accommodate a little more crew, but it also increases the power consumption. Okay. You know what? I think we'll just sit on our hands for the moment. And I could do this right now. I guess I can store pretty much all of that. Alright. Have the shuttle do close range scans. Thank you. And how we doing in here? 1 cycle. Okay. Well, I'm just going to kill a cycle here in orbit. There we go. That's our hull reinforcement. And I don't have to do anything to get the benefit of hull reinforcement. It just happens. It's great. I remember seeing something about reduced power consumption for some things. Oh, micro slipstream drive. Yeah. Cool. Reduces trading time by 25%. How useless. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Well, I definitely want the combat techs anyway, so I'm still working through those. Let's get the regenerative shielding working. And... right, fly to the anomaly. Okay. Right. Send the away team. So, we got Federation stuff, we got sciencey stuff, we got techie stuff, and we got a little bit of phaser. Our best Federation person is Tom, and he does do some tech. Our best available scientist would be Harry Kim. However, it would probably be good to get some more levels into, because Harry's is level, he's upgraded as far as we're going to be able to upgrade him. Sending 7 does the science, and she assists with tech. She's actually better with tech than Tom is. I am going to need some people to alternate around. The one phaser option, I can probably just... I hate writing off an option. But if I send Harry, these are rocking, right? Will probably be pretty good. But, Seska is a little bit able to do everything we need to do, and I do need some people with some levels. I hope I don't regret sending some people to get some experience. Because, she's minimally able to handle the phaser check, right? And she can lend a hand on the command and on the tech checks, which 7 can't help with the command checks. Alright, here's hoping I don't regret this. There's strong turbulence. Shields are holding. Picking up the Ares 4 in front of us. Wait, debris fields heading our way. Collision imminent. So, I can divert all power to shields. I can have the pilot deal with this pretty readily. Helm go to manual control and get us out of here. Or we can just brace for impact. Yeah, let's have Tom deal with this. I was hoping for the critical success, but this will do. Pilot manages to outmaneuver the chaotic trajectories of the incoming debris. The away team emerges unscathed en route to Ares 4 module. So we get some dilithium and some titanium, which I probably can't store. We're clear now. We could take a few more samples from the ellipse on the way to Ares 4. Well, we do want to take some samples. Chakotay would have been the survivalist. He's obviously not with me, and he would have been the preferred solution for this mission, probably. Tom's a little tired. Might want to give Tom a break. I can just take samples for scientific purposes. I like that. The away team picks up traces of elements that would baffle Starfleet scientists. After collecting the samples, the away team finally has the Ares 4 module in visual range. However, Voyager warns them that the ellipse is on a collision course with a dark matter asteroid. Time is of the essence. 96 tech. We like that. Captain, Ares 4 is intact. Kelly's logs may still be in there. We don't have much time, but we could try to get them out. Okay, so what do we got? I can leave the Ares 4 behind and just get out of there. There's a morale reward for that. Beam aboard the Ares 4 and download the logs manually. There is some risk. It's not a perfect shot, but it's not a huge amount of risk. And we won't need a science check on the next round. This would be less risky if 7 wasn't tired, basically. Tractoring the Ares 4 out of the ellipse is certainly viable. I can make them all do the check, and I can make them all do the check next round. And, you know, despite I like this reward better, this seems pretty awesome to recover the whole thing. Let's do that. Yeah, critical success. Way team works with unparalleled precision. They tractor the Ares 4. Voyager then informs them that the ellipse has increased speed. Captain, we can't tell if we're going to make it in time. So, again, reroute power from life support to the thrusters. All 3 of them got that. This is the combat option, the phaser option. We can photon torpedo the debris behind you to propel you out of the ellipse. Very actiony, super high risk, likely to fail. Or release the tractor beam full power to thrusters, which will definitely work. However, I much rather get away with my prize. And actually, I'd rather have the deuterium as a payment as well. So, there we go. Shuttle buckles under the gravimetric pressure, but makes it out of the ellipse just in time. Module in tow. Huzzah! And all that XP is nice. So while Tom is fully leveled, yeah, now Seven's at level 7, Seska's at level 5. They'll be actually much more capable if I need them in the future. I still can't believe we found Kelly's module. It's like finding a message in a bottle from our earliest days of space exploration. Indeed. Ensign, have Kelly's logs been secured? Yes, Captain. They're being transferred to Astrometrics as we speak. I will study the data in greater detail. Make it a top priority. Since we recovered the Ares module and with it his remains, John Kelly deserves a proper memorial, an honorary Starfleet funeral, even if it is centuries overdue. I couldn't agree more. So we got to research the module in the science bay. This will mean our regenerative shielding will have to wait, but that's okay. And we'll have to kill some time. So again, I don't want to do this until we're clear of the side mission. Right. I'm full up on a variety of resources. I mean, I guess I have a little bit of room for food. Yeah, actually more than a little. And the deuterium tank could still hold, still not quite full. There is food down here. It means going through the freaking asteroid field. Let's just start with fuel. Oh, plasma conduit overload. I guess I got some things to spend resources on because now 3 rooms will be damaged. Shut down hull repair. And okay, so this is a shield generator. I definitely want that back. This is the mess hall. Let's get that back. And well, that's stellar cartography. We need that back too. Crud. What do I need more of? Pause that. Fix that. 2 cycles, 3 cycles. I'm going to stand still until we get these fixed. Yeah, we're doing emergency rations. I understand. Okay, that's the mess hall back online. Get them back onto their normal food rations. And now I can put them to work fixing that. 1 more cycle to get Astrometrics back online. Thank you. I mean, stellar cartography. Was Astrometrics, now stellar cartography. And then come back to hull repair. Okay. And yeah, I'll kill the last cycle because in case this is an ambush, I want my shield generator online. And okay, there we go. Everything's fixed. Thank you, random event. Admittedly, I had time to kill. All right, it's an glaciated planet. We can apply a focused thermal beam to melt the ice. Get to the resources below. We'll do that. 4 crew got injured somehow from the extreme cold because apparently we can't do anything to protect our crew efficiently. Whatever. Let's see. Science lab. It was 2 cycles. Okay. Let's I don't want to burn that resource yet. That one, more likely. Okay. Okay, so that's the research done. So we're back on regenerative shielding. We got a comm badge call. 2 captains. Centuries apart, Kelly and Janeway share a moment. 2 leaders faced with the unknown. 2 people unsure whether they'll make it back home. Janeway watches John Kelly through the fading log. He still goes about his duties, documenting the starless void, even observing an alien wreck outside. As oxygen dwindles, Kelly records his last thoughts. He faces death with no regret, just a quiet smile and abiding wonder. Ares 4 mission record, October 25th. It's been a nice place to visit, but I'm ready to come home. I have enough fuel for one last engine burn. Wish me luck. Good luck. Incredible. Kelly was alive inside the ellipse. It's amazing. Everyone assumed he was killed instantly. I guess there's one more history book we'll have to amend when we get back home. This man Kelly was an extraordinary individual. I'd say they don't make them like they used to. Kelly's logs, they're not so different from our own. We're also lost in the unknown, knowing where we want to go, but without the faintest idea if we'll ever get there. I have to point out, this is a terrible decision of just have the ship kind of slowly, tightly circle around what is otherwise used as a Borg probe for this purpose. Surely you would just keep stationed next to it. Why would you circle around and around like this? Anyhow. Curious, human sentimentality is a driving force on this ship. We should honor the late astronaut in some way to alleviate the emotional strain on board. You read my mind. So, we can honor his scientific contribution or honor his historical achievement. Let's honor his historical achievement. Computer, play Kelly's log, dated October 23rd. I'm starting to feel like Jonah. How long was he in the belly of that whale? 3 days? I got him beat by a day or 2 already. Intriguing. Comparing himself to a religious figure. Delusions of grandeur? Quite the opposite. He went through the gauntlet, got beat, but refused to give up. Computer, play the final log. This is John Kelly's last flight. This time I can't blame it. I can't blame it on pilot error. This time, no regrets. The module's losing power. I'm taking life support offline. Mission control, Dad, whoever finds this, do me a favor. Take all the data I've collected. Put it to good use. I hope you don't look at this as a failure. I don't. To the very end, he persisted. Kelly, Shepard, Armstrong, Aldrin, they were the real pioneers. So you wish to honor Kelly the explorer? I would honor John Kelly the man. He went for a nosedive into the unknown, and here we are, learning from him over 300 years later. Captain, the crew is assembled in the mess hall. All preparations for the ceremony are complete. To John Kelly. Long before man reached the stars, he looked up and wondered if that was where he was heading anyway. Today, Voyager's crew pays homage to one of Earth's pioneers, Lieutenant John Kelly, vowing to rectify the history books once they return to the Alpha Quadrant. In his own words, John Kelly had no regrets. He left his home and family in order to explore space. As all explorers do, he encountered the unknown, which took him farther than any other human being in history. Maybe even further than he wanted to go. Space, literally it means nothing, a vacuum between stars and planets, but by the same token it means everything. It's what connects all our worlds. We commend the spirit and bravery of Lieutenant John Mark Kelly as we commit his body to space. He will not be forgotten. Rest well. And that completes one small step. All right. I think we're kind of ready. Well, we're going to grab this fuel. We're ambushed again. And it's an Borg probe setup, so I don't mind. That was a more interesting fight when it's a bit more challenging.
What are your orders, Captain?
Orders? Win. Yeah, go for the shield. Why not?
Captain.
For those of you not aware,
Ability ready, Captain.
Klingon Balana's power
Ability
boosts my
ready,
weapons. Human Balana boosts my shields, and these are stackable benefits. Tuvix launches a powerful attack
Ability ready,
and
Captain.
reduces the cooldown on the other two.
Ability ready, Captain.
And when the shields are down, we're going to launch a torpedo. But
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. An enemy is surrendered, Captain.
there we go. I don't know if you can surrender while being hit by the torpedo, but why not?
Moving to attack the port side, Captain.
Okay.
Enemy ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Also, I'm not sure how, Borg really surrender.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability
I
ready,
think
Captain.
they just stop, really. Need to get closer. Come on, guys.
Ability ready, Captain.
Yeah, as soon as we get close enough to shoot it. There you go. I give up. More deuterium, more titanium, and morale boost, which we could definitely use. And there's the deuterium we were hoping to get. So, that's good. We're now full. And we're full on titanium, and the morale's boosted back up to nearly absolutely full. So, I think we're in pretty good shape to move on with the main quest, which is just sitting right here. USS Equinox, 2 cycles away. Yep, let's do this. We're approaching the Equinox, Captain. Reading multiple hull breaches, the warp drive is offline. That's strange. Their shields are being disrupted by an unspecified energy surge. Source unknown. So, the USS Equinox. The view screen displays a Federation starship so badly battered it barely holds together. Its shields flicker erratically, barely containing the damage within. After their encounter with the Dauntless, the crew eyes this fellow Starfleet vessel with deep suspicion, wondering what happened, what horrors it has endured. Open a channel. This is Captain Catherine Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We're responding to your... Voyager, you've got to extend your shields around our ship. Match emitter frequency. Do it. Did you hear that? Shields extended and holding, Captain. It's gone. Strange. Captain Ransom, can you hear me? Signal lost, Captain. I should upgrade the sensor array at some point. Yeah, it's a tech. We'll get to it. I guess we can just do this. I hope it's not too late. Scan the ship for life signs. Nothing definitive. These weird energy surges are distorting the scan. No time for guessing. Assemble a away team. We have to secure the Equinox and its crew. Okay, so. Looks like we have some jobs for Tuvix. Definitely need someone with some medical ability. And some science ability. And some tech ability. Well, that sounds like human Balana. And then, Tom backs that up pretty well and fills in our last spot on here because we need someone who actually knows how to do, command, which weirdly enough is Tom and not Tuvix. I have to say, as a person playing the game, this is really my first run through. Tuvix is nice in that his abilities are quite useful. At the same time, Tuvok and Neelix were individually more useful separately. They both had a third ability, science skill. And so, because, Tuvok, also, it's just one less hero on board. So that, just for sake of game meta utility, Tuvix is actually the inferior choice in the end. But, he didn't want to die, so we didn't let him die. Captain, we're in Equinox's engineering. The warp core is critical, and the crew, we found a dead crewman with strange injuries. Orders? Well, scan injuries with the medical tricorder, or scan body and search for cause of death. So, hey, Tom, I think you got this, right? And again, if I use someone to do the medical check, I'll have full use on the next one, Balana. So, there we go. Team's medical tricorder indicates that every cell of the dead person has been desiccated. An immense amount of energy is necessary to cause something like this. What happened on this ship? Captain, the warp core could be a ticking time bomb. It needs to be stabilized as quickly as possible. I can't disagree with that. And fortunately, I brought a good engineer. So, warp core isn't beyond repair, and it poses no direct danger. Interestingly, it seems the Equinox crew made significant redesigns to the dilithium matrix on the drive. Did they try using other types of fuel? Captain, we should... Did you hear that? Someone's trapped under the rubble. We need to free them. I mean, yeah. Coordinate the efforts. That's that command check. Carefully cut through the debris with a phaser. That's the Tuvok way. Or, construct an improvised lever to pry away the largest parts of the debris. I mean, the morale reward is fine. There is a medical check on the next round, but we do have quite capable options on the other two. And I'm not going to get any benefit of a tritanium and a little bit out of the duranium reward if I wanted to. But to really do that one, I need to do like that. And because Tom isn't up to that, somehow improvising a lever. So guess what, Tom? Give me a critical win, Tom. Yeah. Team lifts parts of the debris, and the bruised woman in Starfleet uniform crawls out. Marla Gilmore, an ensign serving on the Equinox. She is grateful, but urges others may need help as well. Sure, I would expect so, going by what we've been finding here. Captain, we found another crewman on our way to the bridge. His legs are trapped under a steel beam. Now, if I had an Ocampo with me, we could do that one. So we can't, because we don't. Tuvok wasn't around to stabilize Cass, and so she's not with me. Stabilize him before freezing him. Before freeing him, not freezing him, jeez. I like that option. Tom can handle that. And, actually, I don't need... Yeah, I won't need, Balana for the next round, so I might as well just use her and get the chance for a critical success. There we go. Team calculates the amount of medication needed to stabilize the crewman. His body is under strain, but they are able to free him in time to take care of his wounds. After he's stabilized, he's thankful for the rescue. His name is Noah Lessing, a crewman on board the Equinox. Advancing deeper into the ship now, Captain... take cover. Phaser fire. A confused Equinox crewman is yelling, "We're under attack." Orders? I mean, we can stun him. We can tell him who we are and to stand down. Or we can go with his story and tell him you defeated the attackers. I like this one. It's got the best rewards. And we can handle that pretty readily. Go Tuvix. The man drops his phaser and breaks down crying. As the team approaches, they hear him mumble, "Terrible things happen on this ship," weighing heavy on his conscience. It seems very third person of him to mumble, but sure. The team then reaches the bridge, finding Captain Ransom and more unconscious crew. As Ransom comes to, he feebly asks if the Federation is finally here. Captain Janeway will have much to explain. And there we go. Not quite enough to get B'Elanna to level 10, but, you know, it's good. Glad I brought those people, though. The lessers would not have handled that terribly well. Captain, the OA team has returned. The Equinox survivors are in sickbay. Very well. As soon as Captain Ransom is ready, I want to talk to him. What is with this hair? We do have shampoo in the Federation, right? Yeah, I don't know. Captain Ransom. Captain Janeway, I'm glad to meet you. How's Earth? I wish I could say. You weren't sent here to find us? I'm afraid not. We've been stranded in the Delta Quadrant, pulled against our will by an alien called the Caretaker. He displaced us as well. I hate to admit it, but we've reached the end of what we can accomplish without aid. How did you manage this unlikely survival, sir? The Equinox is a Nova-class science vessel designed for short-term research. You're not built for this. How did you travel this far with fewer resources than us? Success. Honestly, Captain, we just got lucky. Found a wormhole. The rest is not something I care to detail. We lost 39 crewmen. It was hell. May I ask you something, Captain? The Prime Directive. How often have you broken it in the sake of protecting your crew? Have I really broken the Prime Directive so far? I need to think about that. I just used it as a reason to not activate the space Nazis. Now, when I kept that body away from the dead body away from the polluting the Malons, the Malons are definitely a spacefaring civilization, but the subspace the creatures that were like in the asteroid, the lurky hidden creatures, those probably didn't seem terribly spacefaring, but they were technological, and I don't know, but it did board on my ship by itself. The Herosian are definitely a spacefaring people and are not subject to the Prime Directive. The Kazon are a spacefaring people, admittedly primitively, and are not subject to the Prime Directive. The Caretaker definitely didn't count. The Okampa we didn't really mess with. We visited them to get our people back. There was a technological civilization I was willing to trade with early on, but they also had advanced spacefaring technologies that we were going to trade for, and they didn't trade with us. So that's more like they cited their Prime Directive against us. You know, I don't think I have. Broken it? Never. Bent it on occasion, and even then it was a difficult choice. I've walked the line once or twice, Captain, but nothing serious. Nothing like we've endured. And now we're in even more dire straits, needing your help. We have been under relentless alien attacks for weeks now. We can't communicate with them, and they cause serious damage each time our shields fail. Since you've extended your shields onto my ship, you've made yourself a target for them, I would guess. He is correct. Our shields show multiple stress points. We are under attack. And you didn't bring this up before? 7. Carry. Yeah, no, don't bring that up. I mean, I know, it's the story and it's the thing. But, you know, seriously. If this was an actual crew, those are their actual jobs. And the captain needs to be informed. Excuse me, I apologize. I am getting excited and using my voice. So, how much damage do the aliens cause? How long will our shields hold? With each attack, our shields weaken by 3.3%. Captain Janeway, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the Equinox crew, we've been working on a way to repel these things. And you are? Marla Gilmore, my operations officer. She knows her stuff. You see, these aliens are coming from another plane of existence, maybe another dimension. They're opening fissures into our plane to attack. But they can't stay for long. If they don't go back, they die, which means they're vulnerable on this side. We came up with a multi-phasic force field generator. The idea is to isolate them so they can't attack us anymore. Yeah, okay, I'm impressed. An intriguing idea. As expected for someone of your renown. Did you manage to build a prototype? Yeah, morale bonus. Sweet. My crew is resourceful, Captain. Yes, we did, but it's lost, I'm afraid. Our science lab is filled with radiation since an incident. I propose downloading the blueprints from our computer. We have to start over building it, but it's the only safe way. You know what? Let's download those plans and build a generator. I know what this episode's about, and I am happy to subvert the plot. Your choice has consequences. Very well, this has top priority. We'll download the blueprints and start building the generator. Thank you. My crew will assist however they can. They're already familiarizing themselves with your ship. It's a genuine pleasure to be on your ship, Captain Janeway. A welcome change from falling bulkheads, frankly. Yep, okay. So, we're undergoing attack right now. We're going to lose 6 hull per cycle, apparently. Because that's how we're simulating that damage to my shields, I guess. Hull repairs will repair 4 per, while I'm outside the asteroid field at least. I need to wait 4 cycles for the download, apparently. Okay. Let's stay out of the asteroid field. I don't really need anything. Let's just stand still. I know that feels a bit wasteful, but you know what? There we go. Now I can craft multiphasic force field generator in the workshop. Hey there, human Balana. You want to help me build a multiphasic force field generator blueprint? I thought you might. 7 cycles to get that built. That's going to use a little bit of my duranium, but that's okay. Research continues. There's some duranium right here I could just wander over and pick up. But, you know, it's not that much that I'm down. I'm only down 61 right now. I guess that's enough to go over there, but we're using 3 per cycle, and if I'm just going to kill time, I might as well kill time before we pick it up. Okay, regenerative shielding is researched. Did I want to get that sensor array? Yeah, I want to get the sensor array. That can use some of the titanium I'm holding on to, and we can go pick some up while we're standing around waiting on things. Yeah, because now we can hold another 80. Probably this will have what we need to refill that. Gonna angle past the duranium to make sure we don't go through the asteroid field, because sometimes the ship doesn't do smart things. Oh, okay, we can... It's an assimilated planet. Okay, so it's a former Borg civilization planet. Okay. So I can, you know, recover only select materials while studying the culture. So, I mean, somehow that gets me more than just recovering some materials from the surface. And, if I had a waste disassembler, I could just basically strip mine to place. But, I wouldn't need to do this, but I do want the science for doing this. Yeah, we'll just do it now. Thank you. And a morale boost. Sweet. Let's head here. past the anomaly. Oh, there we go. The generator is built. So I gotta return to the Equinox. Okay, I left the Equinox in its place. Alright. Well, that kind of sucks. Oh, I went to the wrong system. Alright, Cosmic Junkyard. I can store only about 80, so really I don't need to go hog wild here. Let's be cautious. Yeah, we like not getting people injured. I think we can head straight there without going through the asteroid field. There we go, sensor array level 2. I think maybe, I don't know, crew level 3 is a possibility. Like, just to start working on getting past this level. The big win here is the stronger Telexian ally. But there's not a lot I want to unlock, actually, at this level. What's beyond that I would want to get to? Yeah, it's not exciting, you know? Ooh, history of humankind. Each science lab raises morale by 2 every cycle. That helps, considering everyone just gets more and more despondent as we travel. Navigational deflector level 3 would be very nice, actually. Means unlocking tier 4 in science. Am I done here? Enhanced maneuvering thrusters. Increase energy threshold for the propulsion system in combat by +1. Let's find out how that works. I don't really know how that works, so we'll find out. Okay, we're here. Captain, I heard you got the generator. Your crew's efficient. I propose we beam it over to Equinox. Everything on our ship's already compatible. Even with repairs, it would save a lot of time. Agreed. The faster we verify its operational status, the faster we can replicate another. My thoughts exactly, Captain. I'll beam back to my ship to personally supervise the work. So, 10 of my crew went and left Voyager, and so did the multiphasic force field generator. Ensign, establish a connection with Captain Ransom. Let's see how the generator... Ah, what just happened? I'm reading several explosions on the lower decks. Red alert. Engineering, damage report. It's bad, Captain. Several explosions at strategic points, precise enough to cripple our systems. Main engineering got damaged, phaser control room got damaged, sick bay got damaged, emergency quarters damaged, crew quarters damaged, 5 crew injured. Captain, I'm receiving reports of missing resources and rations. The Equinox crew is gone as well. 400 deuterium, 100 duranium, 50 tritanium, 150 food. You know, I would have just given you that. Is this what I think this is? I'm not letting you have 10 of my crew. Our shields are down. Fissures are opening on several decks. I even have metaphasic shields. Sudden invasion. Voyager shields drop, freezing the bridge crew in shock. Blood-curdling screeching intensifies. Suddenly, blue portals tear open across the deck, and otherworldly aliens pour forth, attacking instantly. Phasers blaze, chaos erupts. We need to stabilize the shields now. Yep. Okay, reinforced structural integrity field grid. That's an 80% chance. Cycling to frequencies is 70. If I had a shield matrix, I'd be able to activate the Borg shield matrix. If I had Prelor shield technology, I could do that. I don't. Rerouting all available energy to shields is... Okay, that would be a benefit of the battery compartment if I had a better one. That's only 60%. Reinforced shields with a deflector pulse, which my upgraded navigational deflector would give me a 70%. This is our best play. Bolster the Sith grid to reduce stress on the shield system. Shield integrity keeps fluctuating. Ah! Harry Kim died. Aliens swarm the bridge like locusts, their screeches mixing with the crew's screams. As one of the aliens target Captain Janeway, Harry Kim leaps to intervene, pushing her clear, but in doing so he stumbles directly into its deadly grasp. His life drains in a horrifying flash, leaving a shriveled, mummy-like corpse. Then shields snap to full power and the terrifying attackers vanish, leaving the bridge crew to deal with the aftermath. Bah! Well, Harry. Great, I get to have your stand and it doesn't do anything either. Ransom's actions took Harry. He made it personal. Captain, Harry saved your life. He would have wanted us to keep going to protect the crew above all else. Ransom caused Harry's death. He must face consequences. We're making him pay. Ransom's no longer merely defying Starfleet protocol. He's a murderer. And we'll bring him to justice no matter the cost. What's the status on the Equinox? Gone. They used chaos to take off. Track their warp signature. I have to repair the ship and install that generator. Until then, the progress will be slow. Captain, I'm reading fissures opening outside of our shields. The aliens are relentless. If they keep up this pace, they will break through. We'll take back that force field generator. Ransom has a great deal to answer for. He's responsible for all this. Every injured crewman, Harry's death. So, yeah, my biolaboratory's offline. That's okay, I suppose. Warning. It's just blank. It just says warning. Possibly an error? Well, in memoriam and some Harry Kim. Tonight, the weight of our long journey felt heavier as we honored Ensign Harry Kim. He stepped aboard Voyager as a newly commissioned officer, full of idealism, and I watched him mature into a steadfast Starfleet officer. He was continuously the most hopeful among us, holding fast to the dream of home, and his optimism often became an important source of strength. He had vast potential and a long career ahead of him, and I was never, ever going to promote him. The thought of not having brought him home, of not seeing that hope fulfilled, it will weigh on my soul forever. Forever, Ensign Kim. Okay, I got a lot of stuff broken. Crew quarter. I can wait. We have spare space. That's emergency quarters. I can wait. Sick bay. I need that back. That's phaser control. I want that. No available work team. I will need to pull them off of hull repair, which sucks. And, right, that will do for the moment. Harry was the person who was manning my science laboratory as well. I could have the doctor do that, especially since the sick bay is offline. I guess we'll do that for the now. I could move the doctor to the sick bay. That sucked. So, gotta find the Equinox. The Equinox is now all the way over here in this nebula. Great. Right, what do I need to do? System-wise, I basically don't immediately need anything, but I do want to complete repairs in case we get ambushed, I suppose, and having more fuel is not terrible. We're still suffering from attacks as well. The asteroid field's not worth risking. We'll grab this fuel and we'll get out of here. Okay, those are fixed. fix that and that. Why did you drive through the asteroid field? Alright, those are fixed. Put the work crew back to fixing that stuff. You know, we're gonna wait, because I don't need the torpedoes right now. I will want them probably eventually. Let's send a shuttle to gather fuel. 3 crew injured. Well, sweet. Right, let's go. Do I want to hit this system on the way? It looks like it's got one of those nucleonic kind of radiation fields. Let's just go here. We'll go straight over. We got the fuel. Enhanced maneuvering thrusters is researched. Okay. And I'm not going to do level 2 until we know what that's about. But I'm going to start advanced salvage protocol, because the salvage keeps us rolling even when we're ambushed. Okay, that gives me a bit more of my uranium back. Okay, that's that one clear. Under ongoing attack. Shields have failed. Aliens immediately took advantage of this, causing damage and casualties on several decks. Phaser control room got damaged, so now I gotta fix it again. We can't sustain this for long. These attacks must end. 20 hull damage. Sure, whatever. Alright. Are we here? We're here. And it's a nebula. So I have to visit things if I want to scan them. I can... Nope, can't even scan that because I'm in the nebula. Okay. One cycle to fix that. There's actually no knowing what that is, but this is where we're going. I'll hit this on the way. There we go. Phaser controls back online. Yeah, it really sucks we lost Harry. So annoying. Kinda... That cargo bay is offline. Switch that back on. Right, everything back in state. Right, looks good. Okay. It's a distress signal. We're being ambushed. Okay, let's fight. Reinforced Borg probe. I can take that.
What are your orders, Captain?
I'm feeling mean. Let's go for the warp
attack
core.
the front, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Okay, we have more energy in the propulsion, I guess. I don't know what that gets us. Alright, that was a little morale help. That's good. A little more uranium, I suppose. Let's go directly here. I don't want to wait on this. Advanced salvage protocols just in time for our next fight, I guess. Enhanced structural integrity field reduces damage to rooms in combat. Sounds awesome. Yeah, now I gotta deal with and some aggrum all the time. Getting distorted readings on the short-range scanners, no sign of the Equinox. They're either gone or darn good at hiding. So if I had the Dreadnought AI, I'd be able to locate them that way. Tom can maneuver carefully into the field. Or I can shoot some asteroids to scare the Equinox out. You know, that sounds appealing. Prime a photon torpedo and fire at one of the asteroids. We'll drive them out. Captain, I can't stand idly by while you wreak havoc on the entire sector. Oh, what is the problem, McGinnis? What is the problem? This is an uninhabited nebula asteroid system. What is your problem here? I have plenty of torpedoes, and we... Fine. Let's maneuver. As we bash the ship into rocks, McGinnis. Aye, Captain. I can fly between these rocks with my eyes closed. Yeah, okay. Got some nice morale. I prefer you kept them open, Lieutenant. Found them, Captain. They were hiding behind one of the larger asteroids. Yeah, maybe if I'd blown it up, they would have suffered for that. Equinox is approaching. Weapon systems charging. I think we have the superior combat vessel, to be absolutely honest. Let's get this over with. Battle stations. Yeah.
What are your orders, Captain?
Right. How do I want to handle them? Take their shields and shield generator down and let them suffer from some of the trouble they've been giving me.
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
What? I win already? You don't say. I get back practically all my deuterium. I want my 10 crew back. Captain, Equinox's shields are weakening. They're hailing us. Ransom, surrender your vessel now. Can't do that. I get you're furious, but is your grudge really worth it? Nothing we did was personal. Only what we had to do to survive. No other way of staying alive in this part of the universe. You could have stayed with us, you fucking dingus. I really shouldn't swear on the stream. Sorry. You're going to stand trial. You're a person of reason, I know that. I propose you stop following us and build yourself another field generator. You know, Harry died, and you kidnapped 10 of my crew, which we haven't mentioned at all. But I care about. And, you know, you could have just worked with us. I would have given you resources, you dingus. You and your crew have broken Starfleet's code. Your actions killed Ensign Kim. I can't let you get away with that. You'll stand trial. Spoken like a true Starfleet captain. Very well. Do yourself a favor, Janeway. Don't follow. Close call. Suddenly, the Equinox fires, blasting an asteroid perilously close to Voyager. Shields hold against the sudden impact, but the shockwave still rocks the ship, throwing the crew off balance. In ensuing chaos, Equinox takes off. That's just bullshit. Helm, initiate pursuit. Think I'm going to be so generous next time? Only reason I'm not blowing up your warp core is because you have some of my crew. There they are. We caught up with them. Hailing range, Captain. Told you not to follow, Captain. And I told you you can't escape. Yes, you made yourself abundantly clear, which is why we prepared a little equalizer. Report what's happening right now. They're disrupting Voyager's energy flow, primarily our weapon systems. Our superior firepower warranted a one-sided battle, but now the odds are even. Warp drive is also affected by the energy drain. A battle appears inevitable. So we're capped at tier 3? It's impressive what my crew is capable of, isn't it, Captain? Don't get cold feet now. One of us won't be leaving this fight alive. Oh, you know, I'll get you. I'm coming. So my warp core is damaged. Energy is cut. Battery energy is available to keep power up for the time being, but my warp core tier is reduced, and maximum activatable warp core tier is reduced. Okay, I am still vastly outclassing you.
What are your orders, Captain?
So, how about your engines?
Moving to attack the aft, Captain.
In fact, I'm going to waste resources.
Ability ready, Captain.
There, eat one of these.
Ability ready, Captain.
Eat another one. And another. Ah, victory. Before I can fire the third one. What's that? I win? You don't say. Multiple detonations are detected on Equinox's lower decks. Shield integrity normal. Shield integrity nominal. Weapon systems offline. Fissures are opening in and around the Equinox, dozens of them. It's like the Equinox is being devoured alive. A haunting end. On Voyager's bridge, the crew watches in stunned silence as the battered Equinox is torn apart by otherworldly aliens, their shadowy forms swarming the ship. Then, through the comm system, static gives way to the blood-curdling screams of the Equinox crew. Why would you leave the comm channel open for that, Ensign Agram? Captain, they're being slaughtered over there. We can't just watch this. We have to do something, please. Mercy, kill the Equinox. Watch them do that. No, I'm going to offer to save him and his crew. I want my crew back. Choice has consequences. Hail them. Captain, I would surrender the ship to you, but it seems like I'm no longer able to make that decision. Despite your betrayal, you deserve a fair trial, not slaughter. I'm willing to save you. It's too late for me. I'm responsible for this. They'll never stop attacking any ship I'm on as long as as I live. But my crew, they deserve better. Take them, I beg you. They're good people, not responsible for my crimes. Only desperate. Promise me you'll get them home. I promise. I'm not saying there won't be in a brig. Ensign, lock on to the Equinox's crew. I can't get a clear lock. There's just too many of these spirits. The crew has to gather in one spot. Open a channel to all decks. Equinox crew, make your way to the bridge so we can get a clear transporter lock on you. Captain, we're here. Please get us out. See, her hair looks much better in here. It looks like hair. Here, this looks like we took some stuffing out of an old couch and put it on her head. I have a lock. Energize now. Report. Did the crew make it? The Equinox crew is in the transporter room. The ship itself has suffered a critical warp core failure. Captain Ransom is dead. All fissures have closed. The aliens are satisfied. My warp core tier cap has been removed. Nice. Security. Take the Equinox crew to sickbay. They'll remain under observation, and our trust won't be given freely, but for now, welcome them to Voyager. So I got 6 crew back of the 10 I sent over? Jeez. Though I'd like to talk to that Ensign Marla Gilmore in private. Captain Janeway, I can't thank you enough. Not just for saving us, for taking us in, but for stopping us. For putting an end to our crimes. Crimes? Which crimes? I think it's time to come clean, Ensign. We found a way to augment our propulsion systems. Something Ransom called bioneural energy. It came from another realm. Those entities attacking us. We first encountered them when we met the Ankari, a humanoid species here in the Delta Quadrant. We were starving, injured, out of supplies. The Ankari were generous. They even summoned their spirits of good fortune to bless our journey, offering guidance. These spirits were the aliens attacking you? Yes. We used the Ankari summoning device to lure them into containment fields, and once they were trapped, they'd die. Their bioneural energy would crystallize. 10 isograms of the compound gave us a month's warp boost. It was slow, painful. You harvested them? You killed them for fuel? We were desperate, starving, losing crew every day. We thought it was the only way home. I was the one who modified the warp core. I regret it deeply. I'll live with this guilt forever, Captain. I'm ready to stand trial once we're back on Earth. I mean, I do want to lock her up, but you know what? You can stand trial when we get back. You can fit in with the crew right now, because I certainly have a vacancy at that terminal over there Ensign Kim used to stand at. It's not redemption, but it's consider it working service. Your choice has consequences. And that was an achievement. Unlock Marla Gilmore. Okay. Your honesty is noted, Ensign, but there is no apology for your crimes. Your remorse is clear, however. Until we reach Earth, your skills are needed here. Start paying your debt by helping us get home, the right way. Voyager, this is the captain speaking. This mission has tested us as individuals and as Starfleet officers. We faced an enemy and the Equinox. We saw a dark reflection of ourselves. A ship that lost its way. Perhaps, given the circumstances, we were simply fortunate. But what happened to them, to Captain Ransom, is above all else tragic. We choose to uphold our oath. We will continue our journey guided by the very ideals that define us. That is Voyager's way home. For Harry. Janeway out. Captain, I took a closer look at Equinox's research documents about their warp drive modifications. It might be possible to adapt parts of their design without the questionable approach. I'll keep it in mind. Helm, it's time to return to our old course. Home. So, that completes Sector 10. I think we're going to stay here for the moment. Because, you know, there's stuff to look at here, and resources to gather and things to do, I imagine. Yeah, I have to actually go to places to, you know, see them. Oh, enter the ship, please. Oh, yeah. All right. Put the power back online, thank you. All right. Get these rooms back online. Everything else? Oh, that's offline. Okay. Not that I truly need the biolaboratory at the moment. I have plenty of gel packs and Borg nanites. Leaving those decks offline, I could. Until I need to actually expand into them. Alright, I think that's everything I was going to turn back on. Yeah, that looks right. And yeah, we're generating a surplus of power. Battery pack was handling it. So, okay, that's good. 4 crew injured. I have 3 crew spare at the moment. Okay. Geoplastic planet for Duranium. Alright, let's do the good hit. There we go. Okay, that tops that off. And you know what? I think this is probably a good point to stop for the night. It's nearly 3 a.m. here in Southern California. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, and keep Harry Kim in your thoughts, I guess. But actually, one last thing. Let's go and see what this Marla looks like. All right, so Marla's phaser, negotiation, and tech. It's not a good replacement for Harry, but it's better than nothing. She's already level 6. Okay. Still, it gives me some other options, I guess. Still, not great. She's basically, well, there's a Carrie does a lot of this, right? But doesn't do the command. I mean, Marla doesn't do the command that Carrie does, and Carrie doesn't do the phasering thing. So, still, whatever. That felt like just a complete rug pull, but maybe that's just how the choices went down. Still, though, had its dramatic effect, didn't it? I definitely wanted to get revenge and all that stuff. Yeah. Anyhow, that's enough of that. I want you all to have an excellent evening. Thank you very much for watching and listening. And, your likes are welcome. You want to hit that like button. It doesn't cost nothing. But I would appreciate it. Have a great night. Goodbye.